Hello and welcome to my channel. New vehicles in GTA 5 Online. We have got the Vapid Dominator GTX, which I will bring up on this here. We have received this, and we have received the Overflood Tyrant. I will be doing a live testing stream in about 5 or 10 minutes after this one, reviewing that. So in this stream we will be reviewing the Vapid Dominator GTX. Right, so it originally cost $725,000 for this, which, to be fair, is not too bad actually, because you can get a Viserys for that sort of money. Equivalent muscle cars, we haven't had that many muscle cars recently, apart from the Ellie, but that's more of a classical one, I suppose. It's decently priced, according to the Southern San Andreas websites anyway. It's better off we look at the legendary, to be honest. So we have around the same sort of price range. The Viserys is one of them. The Comet Safari or the Rapid GT Classic. So it's not too bad in terms of price, because it's about the same sort of value as a classic muscle car or sports classic vehicle. Right, so let's move down to Garage 3, where I've bought both the Tyrant and the Dominator GTX. But of course we'll be reviewing the Tyrant in the stream after this one. Right, I haven't played GTA Online for ages. I've been playing on my PC for a while. And here it is! That looks really good. Wow, that's an amazing looking car. Now, in real life, this is based off the 302 Black Label Mustang, which is, I think it's a prototype at the moment, or it's coming out this year. It's quite modern. Wow, that's such a good looking car. Right, let's jump into it. Nice interior, good start-up noise. It sounds like the Dominator, really, which is a good thing, to be quite honest. The dials look a bit different to how I remember them from the interior that's based on this setup. Is the Coil Cyclone and the Spectre. Those dials look a bit different, which is cool. A bit of uniqueness, finally.
What are we doing today?
That back end's a bit odd.
What are you after?
It's a lot of light. Anyway, let's move down to the customization. So we have front bumpers. We've got primary extender, secondary extender, carbon extender, and sticker bomb extender. To be honest, I quite like it as it is. I don't like to put those sort of extenders at the bottom. It kind of ruins the looks.
Do you need a drink?
There's not that much customization from what we're looking at so far. We've gone straight to exhausts already. Right, so we've got rally exhausts, which look a bit mental. We've got carbon rally exhausts, dual big bore exhausts. These exhausts are mad. So this is more like it. We've got twin carbon tip exhausts, and we've got twin aluminium tip exhausts, twin titanium, twin carbon, twin aluminium, and wow, they've gone mad. These exhausts, they're horrible. What's the original exhausts? It's down there. They're nice. There's no reason to change them. Would be nice if you could get them in chrome, and they sort of stand out a bit more, because they're sort of hidden away in the diffuser there. Let's have a look at the grills. So we've got a roadster grill, which looks horrible. We've got a carbon roadster grill, we've got a tuner grill, a carbon tuner grill, a sports grill, a chrome sports grill, shark grill, carbon shark grill, grinder grill, carbon grinder grill. Blimey, they're pretty horrible, to be quite honest. I quite like the original one. So now we've got the bonnet. So we've got a stripped hood, secondary stripped hood, carbon stripped hood, sticker bomb stripped hood, intake hood, carbon intake hood, bulkhead hood, carbon bulkhead hood, vented hood scoop. We got carbon vented hood scoop, performance hood, carbon performance, pretty much the same ones with a carbon variant. So we got a vanity hood, carbon one, yeah, pretty much. I quite like that one. I quite like that. It looks quite Mustang-like. Yeah, we'll go for that. It's a shame it removes the Vapid badge though. Move that. Mud guards. We've got Vapid mud guards. That's pretty cool. I like them. Rear panel. We've got secondary rear panel, which I guess is the... Oh, it's the... Oh, right. This little panel thing here. Ah, nice. Blacked. We've got to have it in blacked. It's got to be blacked. The colour in real life of this car is based off of is in yellow. So we scroll down here to yellow, and that looks horrible. So I might tone that yellow down a little bit because it's a little bit over the top. I'm not so fond of yellow cars really myself. So let's get rid of that pearlescent like thing. And let's put it in black. I probably got the wrong way. Oh yeah, that's a lot bit better. So it tones that yellow down a bit. Chrome door mirror. Oh, they've got door mirrors and door handles, and we don't really want that. We just have it in yellow again. Yellow. There we go. And now we've got roof. So we've got a striped roof, which obviously you can't see because I think the striped roof will be the secondary colour. Maybe not actually. It's slightly different. Weird. Carbon striped roof, sticker bomb, sports roof, racing roof, performance roof, secondary performance roof, carbon performance roof, race vents, carbon race vents, Mark 1 roof scoop, Mark 1 roof carbon roof scoop, Mark 2 roof scoop, Mark 2 carbon roof scoop, vortex generators, secondary vortex generators, carbon vortex generators, sticker bomb. Wow, they've got lots of different versions of each customization. I quite like it smoothed out a bit. So we go to the side. We've got side skirts. So you've got speak properly. Extended skirts, secondary extended skirts, carbon extended skirts, sticker bomb extended skirts, street skirt, secondary street skirt, carbon street skirt, sticker bomb street skirt, Mark 1 ram bar. That looks mad. Mark 1 secondary ram bar, Mark 1 sticker bomb ram bar, Mark 2. That's it. I can't read them all out all the time. There's quite a bit of customization in terms of options you can choose from. There's not that much customization, but there's different versions of it. So there'll be a painted one, there'll be a carbon one, and a sticker bomb one. And again, I quite like the carbon one in a way, but I'm not so sure. I don't know. I really like the cars they're generating lately, Rockstar. So we've got a GT spoiler, secondary GT spoiler, carbon GT spoiler, sports spoiler. Oh no, my internet connection's not good. That's not good. Aerodyne fin, drag spoiler, dovetail spoiler. Where is it? I was up there on the rear windscreen. Chrome garage spoiler. Is that actually? Oh, has it got a chrome sort of support where the spoiler goes onto? I quite like if there's is there like a ducktail proper one that goes on the boot. No, there isn't. But unfortunately, in real life, it does actually have one, but it's like that really, but it's not as tall. But it's not. That's just it's similar, I suppose. Actually, I quite like it without anything. Suspension, normal, suspension, turbo, wheels. The wheels, I'm not so sure what to go for. I think I have an idea what I want to go for. If it's on the right class, I don't think I'm on the right class. I think I'm sported, sport wheels. Ah, that's the. Are they the ones? Yeah, I think they are actually. And then you put them in black. Oh yes. Now that's a mean-looking car. Right, let's head back down to the ground. I'll make sure I'm in passive so I don't get blown up. Good, good, good. Those back lights remind me of the Vanilla Works Bravado Gauntlet S that was made recently. I like that noise. Sounds a bit like a toned down original Dominator, which is surprising because you would have imagined it would have been a jazzed up version of it. I don't know, I'm just looking at the back end and just think there's quite a lot of lights going on here. I'm not sure if they've overdone the amount of light they've got there. Maybe I'm just being a bit paranoid or stupid, but either way, I like the lights. They're nice. At the front lights anyway, the headlights. From the front, this is an awesome looking car. Maybe I'll remove the mud flaps. They're cool, but I think they ruin the lines a little bit. There's something about it though, it feels like it's been limited again. I think it's these advanced flag things that Rockstar keep adding to the cars. It feels like the car's been like limited. It's like they made these cars really like powerful, that they beat everything and mincemeat everything, and then they've added these like advanced flags which just like really limit the car. It's not like they've made, I don't know, it's quite unusual. I can't put my finger on what I'm trying to say, but it's quite odd. It's definitely to say the least. Just feels slow. I don't know why, but it just feels a bit slow. The engine note's a bit quieter than the original Dominator, which is quite surprising because I was imagining it to be a bit louder and a bit more raughtier because it's a GTX and it's more modern. But then again, it's a more modern vehicle, so it's going to have a little bit more of a quieter exhaust. Also, I just noticed the dial goes the wrong way, doesn't it? It's sort of on its side, isn't it? Like a... It does go the right way, but the dial's on its side. That's quite unusual, the rev dial anyway. Right, let's jump onto my test track, which is here. Jobs, play, not quick job, play job. My job, I haven't played online for ages, I'm losing my knack. Right, test track 2. Now we've tested the original Dominator before, but just for the sake of this test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test again, and just to see how much is improved. Just trying to think of any other cars we can compare it to. So we've got the normal Dominator. Let's just have a quick check through the car list and see what sort of cars we've got at the equivalent price range. Because of course it all matters about price at the end of the day with this game, since everything's so bloody expensive. I suppose it's similar kind of value to that. And this thing's quite fast. So there's a direct comparison between the two. You see it's actually got the same windows size and shape. But the only difference is that the original one's got that vent in the window, which I think I added myself for the customization. What sort of things can we compare this thing to then? I suppose we've got the Sabre Turbo, that custom. That thing's pretty quick. The Tampa, that's 300k, so that's like 400k cheaper than the GTX. Right, so what we'll do then, we'll do it against the Sabre, the Dominator, and then we'll do the Dominator GTX, just to see how much they've improved the car, or not, with these advanced flag things. Right, we'll try and use the boost. Now, if you wanted to be really accurate with these tests, it'd be better off doing like 10 laps, just so you can get like an average lap time. Where for me, I haven't played online for a little while. I love this car, it sounds so good, and it handles so well. Well, I was saying earlier about the lap times and stuff, I don't think you'd want to sit here watching me do a live 10 lap race. It would be so boring. I wouldn't know what to say in that time. So yeah, this is just a basic testing. Whoa. Oh, frickin' hell. You can tell I haven't played online for a while. Scratched up my bodywork. Whoa. Even though it was in a drift, it was a controlled drift. So we had managed to do it in a 1:23, I think it was. 23:250. Pretty rounded time. Hopefully I won't crash the next times, but of course, because I did crash that lap, maybe it might be worthwhile retrying. But either way, this is just like a base, so we can take probably about 5 or maybe 10 seconds off of the lap time. Really. Screw it, let's just do it again. Just in case, because I feel like if we just, it's a bit unfair otherwise. But then that's another reason why you do 10 laps, because I don't want to do 10 laps, it'd be boring. Let's go. Oh, for frick's sake, no. How did I leave that in off-road? I mean, seriously, it's really hot in the UK today. I'm not thinking and close my windows, because otherwise all you'd hear is a load of birds squawking outside, and you'd hear my fan whirring away. It'd be bloody pointless. It's very, very hot. The killer of GTA Online, the frickin' loading times. I haven't missed these loading times when I've been playing on my PC. Okay, that's a bit random. Right, so let's jump into my job again. Online jobs, play job, my job. Stunt race, test track 2. Right, let's try again. Let's hopefully not mess this up. Muscle, there we go. Right. Time of day, we want midday. Noon. So I'm so used to all the PC mod menu stuff that I keep forgetting all the official Rockstar stuff. Like they call it noon in this game, where on the mod menu it's called midday. Get all confused. Right. So let's hopefully not crash this time and get a good lap time in, and then we can do a proper comparison then. This car is so precise and so accurate. It's so nice to drive. Whoa. But it can be a little bit tail happy if you're a bit rough with it. Right, let's not crash into this tree this time. That's good. Thought I was going to crash into that tyre wall instead. This lap feels so much better. Also, I'm getting used to the game again, because of course when I've been playing on my PC, I've been playing on an Xbox controller and now on a PlayStation controller. Wow, I'm actually being serious right now. This car just keeps spinning out. Stop it! And there we go. So we did it in a 1:23.783. So to be honest, that's made literally no difference apart from it being slower by about 500 friggin' milliseconds. So it goes to show that even if you do crash, it sometimes just doesn't make any difference. If you spin out, that was only a small spin, and it caused so much difference in time. Right, flick this over to muscle. It's actually probably going to need to go the other way. Make it noon. Confirm settings. Yes. Right, so let's go this way where we drive the normal Dominator. Here it is. A fun fact is that this car was actually my first car in the game, and I've still got it to this day. How amazing is that? I wonder how many people have actually still got their first car. I love this noise though. This is the sort of sound I was expecting for the GTX. Well, because it's a Celine for a start. Well, it was based off of a Celine, which is a custom version of a Mustang, and it's a GTX, so it's like a GT version of this car. Now that was crap. That was absolute crap. So the handling on this is terrible. Wow, that is so loose. This definitely is a crowd muncher. It's so hard to drive in comparison to the Sabre that was just driving. Whoa. It's amazing. I remember when I tested this car out recently, when I was doing a review of another muscle car. It must have been something like the Hustler or something along those lines. I remember testing this car out in a lap time, and I did near the exact same sort of time, even though I crashed on that lap. So it goes to show that it's quite like crashing doesn't always mean you're going to lose a race. Now, it's time to test the car, which is the whole reason why I'm making this video. The Dominator GTX. Right, is it just easy going this way, or is it not? Didn't really make much difference. Throw that to noon. And here's the Blackfin, not Blackfin, GTX. I was going to maybe test out the Blackfin, but I think we're better off we just do this one. So we'll give a roundabout view. I'm still not convinced on that back light. I just think there's too much light. Maybe I'm just being a bit mad. Those exhausts are massive. I might actually prefer the other exhausts, to be quite fair. Wow, this is actually really neat. I've definitely solved the handling issues with this thing. Look at that! That was so neat! That was amazing! Ooh. That wasn't so neat, but I hate that corner for some reason. Not doing too bad, we're just under a minute and we're here already. Look at that, that was so neat. We're kissing these apexes. Well, near enough. But even so, it's a lot nicer to drive than that previous Dominator. Look at that, that is so neat. We did it in a 122, was it? 21, even earlier than that. So, in comparison, it is much nicer to drive than the previous Dominator, and it's nicer to drive than the Sabre. The Sabre was a good car originally, but this is even better. That's amazing. Well, considering that I did crash on the Sabre and the Dominator, well, I didn't crash on the Dominator GTX video test lap, even though I was sort of treating the car the same. Corner quite tightly at certain points. I was doing the same sort of thing, as close as you can, humanly possible, really, for each car, and you could see the handling differences. The Sabre, for example, was pretty good, but then until it sort of goes over some bumps, it spun out. The Dominator originally was just terrible at handling, full stop, but the Dominator GTX, it's just amazing. It just handles like a dream. So it handles like supercar physics, really. It's amazing. But then we haven't really had a modern muscle car for a long time, have we? I'm trying to think of the last time we had a modern muscle car. I'm not so sure. I don't think we've had one for a long time. Hello, Josh. Yeah, I'm very late about doing this live stream myself. I've been out and about enjoying this fantastic, beautiful weather we had today. Right. So, let's have a brief sort of stop and have a little look at this car. Then again, it might be my internet though, Josh, because my internet come up earlier saying it's not good enough to stream, so I'm not so sure if it's mine or yours. It's a pretty good looking car, definitely from the front, I would say. The back, I don't know, there's something about it. Maybe it's those exhausts, they're just a bit too big. Because there's those lights, I don't know, there just seems to be too much light. Like, you see the brake lights surround, it goes really far down, and it sort of gets to the bumper area where the black meets the yellow, and it just seems to be too much of it. I think that's a bit unnecessary. I think really what they should have done is reduce, like, half that, really, to be honest. So I brought that border of the red light, concentrating talking about back lights. So yeah, bring that light up closer to the indicator lights and the chrome. Is that chrome or is that a reverse light? Either. Is it a reverse light? Let's have a look. Yes, that reverse light. Bring it closer to that. You see the brake light is a really small light there at the bottom, and then you got this surround, which is like I don't know what a certain term is for that light is called. Is when you got the headlights on, that light comes on. I don't know if it's got a certain term. Wow, did you see how neat that was? That's even pretty rough ground as well. I'm being really violent with this thing, and it's doing really well. Although me misjudging that a bit. Right, so let's jump back into Garage 3. And I'm going to take those mud flaps off, because I think that ruins the looks of the car. And then I'm going to get the rear exhausts and just changes those other ones. They're slightly smaller, because those exhausts are just a bit too big for my liking. Actually, it does remind me of a Dodge Dart a bit, doesn't it, Joshua? Let's jump on in there, back here quick. In terms of looks, the interior is really nice. The way it looks is really cool. It's only just moved that sort of that rear light surround up a bit, and that would have been fine.
What can I help you with?
Right, let's all the way down to mud guards, remove them, then go to exhaust, which is storm straight pass. Is it them? I don't know the way they stick out of the car though. Nah, leave them as they are. If only they weren't so big, that'd be nice.
Technology and budget permitting.
Right then. So yeah, and overall about this car then, before we finish up the stream, it's a good looking car. The interior is nice. It's got a unique dial setup interior wise. It's got a decent amount of customization. It's okay. It's not Benny's vehicle like. It's not extensive. It's just a lot of different versions of the same customization. That'd be a carbon version, secondary or primary colour version of the same customization. There's lots of roof, bonnet and spoiler options really. Whoops. But yeah, apart from that, is a really good looking car and a really cool car. In terms of handling and performance, it's really, really good as well. As you saw, it completely decimated the previous Dominator's lap time. And the handling is just so nice to drive. Even in free roam, just driving around, it just looks so nice. It just feels so nice and it looks so cool as well. And I'm never fond of... I'm not so fond of the yellow cars, but it looks actually not too bad in yellow. I suppose the real life equivalent's in yellow. I haven't just started the stream, Josh. I've been going for about half an hour. Well, I should have been going for about half an hour. I did get a warning earlier saying my internet's not good for broadcasting, but it says up there I've been broadcasting for half an hour. So anyway, thank you very, very much for watching this stream. I don't know whether I've had any errors while watching this, while making this. But in about 5 minutes, I'll be starting a live stream again, where we're going to be testing out the Overflood Tyrant. So yes, that's going to be a bit different in comparison to this. So hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. See ya.